Well, good evening, everyone. As John indicated, I'm Ira Solomon, and since June of 2011, I've had the opportunity to serve as the 13th Dean of the A.B. Freeman School of Business. I'm delighted to be here this evening, having participated, as John indicated, in many of the fine events earlier in the day. And this was truly an outstanding day for Freeman. I was impressed. It was my first opportunity to participate in the various events of the day, and I have to tell you, it was spectacular. I've only been here slightly more than 10 months, but I've already learned that one does what Lena says. So what comes next is some biographical information on Jerry, and then we'll get to my more personal remarks. Jerry M. Greenbaum is chairman of Central Archie Affiliates, which is a family-owned business that includes upscale restaurants, retail alcohol outlets, and industrial real estate companies located throughout the Southeast. Last year, Jerry opened his latest restaurant, the acclaimed Chop House, New Orleans Steakhouse. By the way, I can tell you it's a good place. If you haven't been there, go. And this gives Jerry an opportunity to be closer to Tulane and New Orleans. Jerry and his wife, Barbara Axelrod Greenbaum, are lifelong supporters. By the way, Barbara, it says the year you graduated here, but I'm not mentioning it. They're lifelong supporters of Tulane University. They played a pivotal role in the construction of what we call GW2, Goldring-Waldenberg Hall 2, which is the business school's graduate and executive education building in 2003. And they provided significant support for new facilities for baseball, basketball, and football in the wake of Hurricane Katrina. In 2011, Jerry joined the board of Tulane, and he donated the lead gift to develop a hospitality curriculum at the Freeman School. In addition to his business pursuits, Jerry is a standout golfer with more than 50 senior amateur tournament wins to his credit. And he's been ranked as high as the #2 senior amateur golfer by Golf Digest magazine. In 2004, he was inducted into the Georgia Golf Hall of Fame. Jerry and Barbara Greenbaum have 3 adult children, Gregory, Tracy, and Jeffrey, and 8 grandchildren, one of whom is here tonight. Okay, so, Lena, did I do okay?
Yes, you did.
Thank you. All right, so I fully recognize that we're here this evening to recognize Jerry Greenbaum as the 2012 Entrepreneur of the Year. And indeed, shortly, we're going to be showing a brief video that speaks to that side of Jerry. You're going to learn that he's a tireless worker, that he has great business acumen, and that he and his life partner, Barbara, are extremely philanthropic. Now, when I learned that we were going to be honoring Jerry this evening and that I would get a chance to make some introductory remarks, I decided to speak to a somewhat different side of Jerry. Actually, what I want to do is provide some personal commentary that I think will paint an even more complete picture of our honoree this evening, Mr. Jerry Greenbaum. So I'm going to start by posing and answering a question. After all, for 34 years, I'm a professor. So this isn't a pop quiz, but it is a question. What distinguishes a truly great business school from one that's merely a good business school? Now, some people will tell you that it's the physical space, the buildings. Some will tell you that it's the faculty. Some will tell you that it's the curricula. And some will tell you it's the students. Now, in my experience, all would be right in that each, bricks and mortars, faculty, curricula, and students do, in fact, go a long way to defining a business school. However, in my experience, there's one very, very, very critical ingredient that's missing from that list. And that missing ingredient, is the set of students who graduated from the school's educational programs and have remained invested in the school. And when I use that word, invested, I don't mean by writing a check. Now, don't get me wrong. Development people are here tonight. We like to get checks, okay? We love such checks. But tonight, I want to address a more exhaustive notion of what I mean by investing in the school, and I'm going to use Jerry as an example of just that. Before I arrived here last June, I was able to participate in a meeting of the Freeman Business School Council. Now, Jerry's a member of that council. At that meeting, I met several business school council members, all of whom have an extremely strong interest in Freeman and Tulane, all of whom have been successful in their own business endeavors, all of whom are substantial supporters of Freeman. Truly an outstanding group of people. At the end of the meeting, Jerry came over to more fully introduce himself and to tell me that he had a special interest in forming an even tighter bond with Freeman and Tulane. Now, that was the start of what I think of as an amazing relationship. Jerry and Barbara, they're not just graduates of our educational programs, they're exemplars. They're proactive in the extreme. They stand ready and are investing in us in more ways than I can list. And it's not just the number of ways about which I'm speaking. Jerry has and is providing simply invaluable counsel that's based on years of experience and wisdom, and he's providing friendship. Let me give you just one example. Jerry and Barbara have become our go-to people when we're recruiting prospective faculty members. Now, recruiting prospective faculty members is a big priority for us. If we're going to build in the entrepreneurship area, it takes human capital. This is something we need to do in a big way. Now, it's especially important when you have individuals who might not fully appreciate how wonderful and exciting our city of New Orleans is. I can tell you, though, there simply is no better endorsement for the city of New Orleans than when you have Jerry and Barbara tell a prospective faculty member that they could live anywhere in the world, but they choose to live in New Orleans. So far, that's worked almost every time. I think we only had one miss, right? And that was a near success. Look, let me just tell you, Jerry's a great guy. He's also a wonderful mentor. If it turns out that I'm successful as dean in helping to build an even greater Freeman School of Business, it's going to be in large part because Jerry Greenbaum mentored me. Okay, now I get to say something I've always wanted to say, and that is on to the video.
Did ROTC at Tulane, and I went into the Army thinking that it would be a great opportunity to learn about big company because I thought that I wanted to be a part of a large company. And after 2 years in the Army, it became very clear that I didn't want to be in a big company. And so I went back and went to work with my dad. And towards the latter part of the 60s is when I really started expanding the company.
Jerry took that business that his father had established and parlayed it into really an incredible success. Not only did he expand the package store business into multiple locations in Georgia and South Carolina and Tennessee, he started opening up restaurants and has 20-some-odd restaurants now.
Well, when I first met Jerry, the thing that impressed me the most was that he wasn't talking about past business ventures or current business ventures, but future business ventures and what he had going at the current time that was really exciting and interesting to him.
I have built the company from a company with 6 employees to over 2,500, which includes the liquor stores, the restaurants, and our real estate.
And he has actually segmented his businesses to give his daughter and son-in-law the opportunity to run their own areas of the business, and then both of his sons to run their areas of the business. And he sort of keeps his fingers in all of the areas, trying to help them each be successful.
It was a lot of fun on the ride, and now my kids are having that fun, which makes it even more fun.
We can all learn a lot from Jerry about the preparation that he does before he puts his money someplace.
He's very competitive, and that's been one of the keys to his success. Very passionate, very competitive, driven, very hardworking.
You know, there's probably one other thing that I haven't mentioned, and that's the fact that Jerry, very quietly, is very philanthropic.
So they give to the Freeman School, they give to athletics, and they give to Newcomb. They're very generous, very supportive, very loyal alumni, and they're role models for alumni.
it's been great to see Jerry's involvement not only at Tulane Business School, but also now on the board of Tulane University, because Tulane has meant so much to Jerry.
Very proud of Tulane. Always loved New Orleans, so why not? For living in New Orleans made me appreciative of life more than just setting goals and accomplishing goals, but to enjoy the process, to enjoy the things other than work all the time.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Jerry Greenbaum, 2012 Entrepreneur of the Year. We got to take a picture here, Chris. Okay?